Morgan Freeman. Aristotle, Socrates, Einstein, Jesus. These are all great men in our history, all respected and admired by billions around the world. Yet, one man stands above them all. His name, Samuel Munoz. Today we celebrate the 30th birthday of this great man. In just these short 30 years, the man they call the Inkblot has made more accomplishments than any man prior to him. A war hero, a rock star, a philanthropist, and a healer of the sick. Samuel has graced our lives with his presence, and today we celebrate that life and all that he has given us. From his humble beginnings to his high-profile life that he lives today, let us explore the life of the Sam. He was born on September 11th, 1984. Born from immigrant parents, they knew very early on that Samuel was no ordinary boy.
Cuando Samuelito tenía 5 años, él era un niño muy fuerte. Y entonces yo le estaba enseñando a boxear. Era muy bueno. Hasta me quería tumbar a mí. Yo era grandote y él era chiquito.
Mi hijo era muy inteligente desde muy chiquito. Y tanto que las maestras le pedían ayuda.
Una vez iba Samuel y yo al bosque. Y cuando encontramos un león que estaba así dormido. Pero nos pegamos un susto tan grande que qué bruto. Pero Samuel dijo, cállate, yo lo domino. Y cuando el león hizo así, ¡ah! Que el limola que mete la mano, le agarra la cola y lo voy al revés.
By the age of 18, he had received his bachelor's degree in physics. By 21, he received his PhD in medical science. Mrs. Espinosa was one of his most admired professors.
Sam was a genius, but what most people don't know is he was very good with his hands. He would stay after class with me and we would work together and experiment. Although I was his professor on paper, in practice, it was I that was the student. The way he handles his instruments, he knew his way around the lab like no one I have worked with. He got me excited about medicine again, many times over.
Oh, Professor Spinoza. Such a special woman, let me tell you. Well, she was there when I discovered the cure for AIDS, you know. I was experimenting on Irving, and every time we'd take him back to the lab. Irving Magic Johnson, the basketball player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Me and him are close, you know. But anyways, as I was saying, we were taking him back to the lab, and I realized that it would get worse instead of getting better. And we would take him back to the mansion, he would get better. And it dawned on me that it was his richness that was making him better. So I took some of his cash, took it back to the lab, concentrated it into a vaccine, $2 million straight to the veins, cured him right up. Pretty proud of that accomplishment. Yes.
Samuel received his first Nobel Prize for his AIDS vaccine. But Sam was growing a bit tired of the medical community.
It was a great time for me. I was at the top of my field. I was hanging out with all the top intellectuals. Richard Dawkins, Stephen Hawking. By the way, that motherfucker. He can party. And, well, hey, Mufasa, what the hell, man? Get out of here. That's my line, by the way. Anyways, as I was saying, I was getting a bit bored with the whole academic world, and I've always wanted to be a musician. And so I thought, I got the popularity, hey, let me get a band started, get a couple of my old friends together. That's what I did.
The band was called Inkblots. Bigger than Elvis, bigger than the Beatles, certainly bigger than Jesus. The Inkblots are still the greatest band that has ever lived, but it wasn't as easy to get off the ground as some might think.
awful, awful musicians. I mean, like, Irving couldn't even hold a stick. It was that bad. But it was okay, because I knew how to play all the instruments, so I taught them everything they know. And you know, they were all down to luck. They were old high school buddies of mine. They were kind of financially unstable, so I thought, hey, why not help them out? You know, as a charity. And so I told them, hey, join me band. And so they did. They joined me on a Saturday.
Well, Sam taught me everything I know, you know. He was a great guitarist. And pretty much all the stuff you hear on the record there, it was all him. We just put our names down.
Sam, he's a genius when it comes to music. He taught me pretty much everything I know about playing the bass. And I mean, he made it easy. He told me what to play, and I just played what he wanted me to play.
The band toured the world, released 5 albums, and won 25 Grammys. Samuel became a worldwide celebrity. He was followed by cameras everywhere. It was during this time that Sam met his first wife, Sofia Vergara.
Oh, Sophia. Oh, I love that woman. We met in France at the Cannes Film Festival. I was there promoting the new Scorsese film. I had done the score for it. And she was there promoting whatever other dribble she was doing, you know. I can't remember, to be honest. We had dinner. I took her dancing. As everybody knows, I'm a great cumbia dancer. And, well, the next day we got engaged on the Eiffel Tower. It was very romantic. She was there for one of my toughest times, my bandmate's drug addictions.
Well, we were all hooked on heroin, but Sam was a strong one. He nursed us all back to health.
What can I say? Without him, I'd be dead.
Fucking liar. Can't believe what's going on here? What is this about? He didn't save us from anything. Everything he's saying is a lie. We were the ones that had to take care of him. We took him to rehab. Cleaning up his shit. Can't believe this. And then all of a sudden he has a PhD? You got a PhD, bullshit PhD. You got a online certificate or some stupid shit like that for philosophy.
Don't listen, Irving. He kind of hasn't really been in all there ever since the whole drug thing.
That lying sack of shit. Now let me tell you a story.
I remember this one night, he hadn't been coming to practice for a long time, and I went to his house to find out what the heck was going on.
Went over to his house, and there he is on the bathroom floor, dying, vomit all over his shit.
When I broke in, I saw him there, on the floor, vomit all around him, and he was practically dying.
So I go to pick the guy up off the bathroom floor.
I picked him up, I had him in my arms, and he was drooling, and his eyes were eyes of desperation.
And he just starts throwing up all over me. Just wanted to punch that fucker in the face.
I was stroking his head, and he looked at me with those desperate, lonely eyes, and
I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, Irving, I'll suck your dick for a hit, man.
so I did what any good friend would do.
What the fuck?
I'll never forget that night. I'm never the same again.
Samuel was depressed. He divorced his wife Sophia after only 2 years of marriage and went on a life-searching journey.
After I got my divorce and the band broke up, I was pretty depressed, so I wanted to get away. And I traveled the world. I climbed Mount Everest, I went to Tibet, visited the Great Wall of China. I wanted to break the chains of civilization, you know? I wanted something new, just get away from people for a bit. And, well, in Tibet I hung out with these monks, and they taught me about true inner peace. So when I finally came back, I was a changed man. Brand new Sam.
When he returned back to the States, Sam was met with a bit of good fortune. He won his first Lifetime Achievement Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He became the first American to be knighted by the Queen of England. He became the first living man to ever be granted sainthood by the Pope. He won his second Lifetime Achievement Award. But most importantly of all, he met his new future wife.
So I met the love of my life, Shakira. Unfortunately, she was still married to that moron, Piqué. He was doing that Euros thing in Ukraine or Poland, wherever the fuck it was, and she was doing a tour here in the US, and we hit it off. Started a 2-year affair. Finally, she decided to divorce him right before the World Cup. You wanna know why Spain did so badly? That's why. Oh, by the way, that kid of hers, it's mine.
Sam had found love again, and his passion for the sciences had returned.
So when I finally came back, I decided that, I needed to give back to humanity. I was being selfish. I have all this knowledge, and I wasn't using it for the right things. And so I decided I was going to join NASA, and what I'm doing now is I'm leading the research in the first manned mission to Mars. And there's a lot of physics and trigonometry, calculus stuff to iron out, but I don't want to bore you guys with all that stuff. It's a bit too high level too, so I don't think you might understand it. But we're making good progress, and I think we might be able to achieve that this year. Yeah.
It truly has been an amazing life. What more can we expect from the Inkblot? Surely not even the sky is the limit. I am Morgan Freeman, and this has been Behind the Inkblot.
I am an anti-coaster. I am an anarcho-coaster. Don't know what I want.
Is any of this true, sir?
No.
But I know how to get it. I wanna destroy, possibly.